So you can keep multiple items, multiple things. So division, you can also put a divider. So to write such menus itself, it takes a lot of time for a person. They are very easily organized in Bootstrap. Try to build a carousel with 4 photos of your profile or whatever it is. Slow. Very slow here. Very fast here. Bootstrap CSS. So 2 things you can answer. So one column is left and two columns are. Pills can also be added. Now pills can also be added. That's a better. Instead of buttons, you can also add pills. That's a better, it seems. So it's an end-to-end case study is here. So this is a case study from end-to-end. You can try all of them so that you can get to know what is all required to build a small website. Bootstrap case. So you just follow this step by step. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 steps are there. So that you will be getting to know the full end-to-end website design. ఏమండి 1 2 వస్తాయి జంప్ ఏం యాడ్ చేసావు ఎన్ని ఇమేజ్ యాడ్ చేసావు మరి 4 ఇమేజ్ యాడ్ చేస్తే రావాలి కదా ఒక్క నిమిషం వస్తుంది ఇప్పుడు చెప్పు. వాడికి వస్తే మనకు రావట్లేదా? వాడికి ఇన్ఫ్లుయెన్స్ యాడ్ చేసి ఉంటాడు. లేదు కదా మన దగ్గర. మనం బూట్స్ట్రాప్ కంప్లీట్ డౌన్లోడ్ చేసి అక్కడ పెడతాను కానీ దాంట్లో ఇన్ఫ్లుయెన్స్ ఉంటాయి, ఐకాన్స్. అవి తెచ్చుకోవాలి కదా, అది బేస్ అందుకు తెచ్చుకోవాలి. ఇప్పుడు మీరు అక్కడ రైట్ బటన్ కొట్టి ఎర్రర్స్ చూస్తే కనపడతాయి, ఐకాన్స్ లోడ్ చేయలేదని. లింక్స్ లోడ్ చేయలేకపోతుంది సాఫ్ట్వేర్. అదే అవి తెచ్చుకోవాలి కదా పాపం. అది తెచ్చుకోవాలంటే అది నేను అందు నుంచి మొత్తం కంప్లీట్ బూట్స్ట్రాప్ డౌన్లోడ్ చేసి పెడతాను. ఆగండి. Right, I got it. Right, now you can download this Bootstrap. Then all the glyphicants will come. So you download that Bootstrap 3.3.0 distributed.zip file. Then it contains all the glyphicants. For example, you may be using glyphicants and which are not being accessible to you. What do you do now? You get it from content, Bootstrap distributable 255 kilobytes. You download that file, save as, save link as, the same place where you have downloaded. You go there and unzip that. The same thing, whatever it is. Now this CSS and everything is there. Fonts, CSS, all the things are there. So Bootstrap, now you can link the Bootstrap with a different way compared earlier. Bootstrap.js, npm.js, so that's different mate. And CSS files are there. So Bootstrap referencing, you can do it. Now you rename it as Bootstrap. Compare this Bootstrap. Rename this Bootstrap old Bootstrap old, and rename this one as Bootstrap. And now you need to change your references also. You need to change your reference also. So bootstrap.js.bootstrap.min.js, bootstrap.css/bootstrap.min.cs. That's what you are supposed to do. Save it. Now try the glyphicons. I hope it may be accessible now. They must be accessible. However, you try them. So Bootstrap. Where is this? A glyphicon. Where is any glyphicon am I using here? Let me try a small glyphicon so that I will be getting them. Glyphicons. So we can try a glyphicon. Let me try all of them. Let me try that, whether they are working or not. Now they are all working. You see that. All the glyphicons are working now. So these are the glyphicons. So glyphicons, but you download the Bootstrap complete, that zip file, extract it. It may be getting some number 3.3.4. Rename the previous Bootstrap as Bootstrap World, and rename the new one as Bootstrap, and change the reference in your CSS and Java references like bootstrap/css/bootstrap_min, and similarly JS bootstrap/js/bootstrap_min.js. So these two changes, if you don't make it, then all the glyphicons will work even for everything. These things like icon as a link, and the search bar like this, and all other your sign in, sign out, login, all these things will be working there. The small print button working. Now you can try that sign in, sign out kind of thing so that it also be working. In navbar item, earlier they did not work for us. In navbar, in the last there are glyphicons for right item, navbar right item. Sign in, sign up, and this one. In your navbar, Now these icons, the man icon kind of thing and login icon, all of them are available now. Login, sign up. You can refer the actual links anyway later. Date selection also, you can see the things. You can also give the options, so on and so forth. Carousel, if you try carousel, the big arrows kind of thing, they are also glyphicants. They are also accessible, are available. Now you download Bootstrap 3.3.4 disk.zip file. Instead of downloading this bootstrap.zip, you download this distribution so that you can make use of them. Right. So let us move on into the case. You try to build the whole thing like this and put a small carousel with your photos. Done? But they are all must be same size, then they will be getting a good size one. So only same size పెట్టుకోవాలి. Otherwise waste of the thing kada. Kabatti you can capture them. Now if you want to know more about these things, components, you can refer that. So based on your requirement, you can always try them out. Huh? Speed అంటే అక్కడ ఉంటుందిగా, కంట్రోల్ ఏదో ఉంటుందిగా, స్పీడ్ కంట్రోల్ లేదా carousel ఇక్కడ జావాస్క్రిప్ట్ లో carousel ఉంది కదా, లెఫ్ట్ సైడ్ జావాస్క్రిప్ట్ ఆప్షన్స్ ఉంటాయి చూడు, carousel ఇక్కడ ఆప్షన్ స్లైడ్ హెడ్ ని స్లైడ్ అవ్వాలి ఏంటంటే carousel ఇన్నర్ ఐటమ్, carousel క్యాప్షన్, డేటా టార్గెట్, స్లైడ్ టు 1, carousel ఆప్షన్స్ ఇక్కడ స్పెసిఫైస్ ద డిలే, ఇంటర్వల్ పెట్టాలి, ఇంటర్వల్ ఇది ఇక్కడ ఆప్షన్స్, డేటా ఇంటర్వల్, డేటా హైఫెన్ ఇంటర్వల్ అది యాడ్ చేస్తే నీకు అయిపోద్ది, డేటా హైఫెన్ ఇంటర్వల్. 5000 మీన్స్ 5 seconds అన్నమాట. carousel కి ఆప్షన్స్ ఇవ్వచ్చు, మౌస్ దాని మీద పెడితే ఆగాలి, pause on hover like that, wrap. carousel methods are also there, cycle, pause, number, carousel events, ఇది ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఇక్కడ ఇచ్చాడు కదా. సో ఇప్పుడు ఏంటి, every 5 seconds కూడా చేంజ్ అవుతుంది. యూ వాంట్ టు చేంజ్ ఇది ఫర్ every 1 second. You want to change it for every 1 second. Data interval is equal to 1000. See result. For every 1 second it changes. Data interval. For every 2 seconds, 2000. So all these options are there. So whenever you want to know more about something, you go and check them here. Go to previous item, carousel.prev. So you can also do that. So carousel methods are also there. Wrap. Carousel should go through all slides continuously or stop at the last slide. So you can also tell wrap. So it's a true, means it is going around. If you tell wrap no, right? Data wrap. So if you say data wrap no, data wrap false, then it will stop at the last slide. That's it. It will stop at the last slide. So that's how we need to understand the main these things. So you can always do something. So all these things are available. Slide. Add slices to the carousel. Add slides to the carousel. You can also carousel.inner you can add something. Carousel.item you can specify. So dynamically you can control the things. Data attributes. Data slide to 1. What does it mean? Okay. So slide one at a time it may be. Except 2 values. Previous, next. Where JavaScript also can do. Carousel options you have seen. Whenever you put your mouse, it has to stop. So as long as your mouse is on top of it, it is not moving. Whenever you take it out of it, then it started moving from that point onwards 2 seconds. So that's how, that if you don't want that mouse to be stopped, you can tell it pause. So boolean false. So string. So data pause false. So to ability to pause, to stop the ability to pause on hover. Data pause false. Even if you keep your mouse, it does not stop. Data pause is equal to false. You can also add an item dynamically to the thing. Some methods are also there. You can also do them. So all these things are there. Similarly, every item almost it's discussed over here. Its details. బటన్ ప్రెస్ చేసిన తర్వాత కాకుండా వెళ్ళిన వెంటనే రావాలి అక్కడికి. ఓవర్ పెట్టుకొని ఆప్షన్ పెట్టుకోవాలి. ఉంటాయి. నెక్స్ట్ ఎలా ఎనీవే మనం నేర్చుకున్నప్పుడు చూపిస్తాలి. నార్మల్గా అయితే రాదు, అంటే మనం పెట్టుకోవచ్చు. అది ఓవర్ రావుగానే అది ఓపెన్ అవ్వాలి, అంతే కదా. ఇలా కొట్టిన తర్వాత కాకుండా అది అక్కడ వెళ్ళడం తోటి అది ఓపెన్ అవ్వాలి. హూవర్ అవ్వడం తోటి ఓపెన్ అవ్వమని చెప్పవచ్చు. ఆప్షన్ ఇచ్చుకోవచ్చు, ఆప్షన్ పెట్టచ్చు. ఏదైతే ఈవెంట్ యాక్షన్ వస్తుందో సేమ్ యాక్షన్ వీ కెన్ ఆల్సో కీప్ ఇట్ ఆన్ హూవర్. So you must be having good knowledge on Bootstrap. Anyway, it's pretty much required for our internal project also, the major project also. This whole W3 schools was built on using Bootstrap. Based on the Bootstrap, there is something called boilerplate. Boilerplate. If you really get to know Bootstrap, then you can go to HTML5 boilerplate. So it's based on Bootstrap only. So the boilerplate uses Bootstrap and it's an advancement of Bootstrap. So if you see that, whatever all you can do in Bootstrap, you can also do in boilerplate also. Introduction to version 5. Why uses HTML boilerplate? Okay. So who uses? They are all using Google, Microsoft. All of them are using boilerplate. Boilerplate is based on Bootstrap only. It's also free. And there is something called initializer. Initializer, that's also uses Bootstrap. Initializer, INITLZER. Initializer. INITLZER. Initializer. This also uses Bootstrap in the background. So you can also download this and you can customize it for your need. So this also uses Bootstrap, HTML, Bootstrap, HTML5 and Bootstrap together, and jQuery. So the same responsive design. This also provides you a responsive design. Automatically adjusts according to the screen size. Things get adjusted. So automatically it changes. So this is the initializer or boilerplate or Bootstrap. All of them are dependent on Bootstrap only. That's what. If you do not know Bootstrap, you cannot use them. So that's why most of the projects are based on Bootstrap only. So you can always do that. You can download and you can use it. Docs and demo. So this is a small Bootstrap example. You can use a email and sign in here itself. It's completely based on Bootstrap. The small thing, whatever you say, Jumbotron kind of thing. Examples. In response to demo, boilerplate. Modernizer. Booster. There is another one called HTML. Booster. It's a booster. We will also be using this one. Booster. YI. It's okay. Directly under YI itself. It's based on Bootstrap only. We will be learning this framework, YI framework, and when that is coming on, I will be teaching you Bootstrap also. Bootstrap again. Okay. Power has come. Okay, let's have a short break. Join by about 10:15. So I will be starting JavaScript. So I would like to close it here for Bootstrap, and it's I have given enough importance or enough motivation to learn Bootstrap. I hope that it is not what you need to understand is what are all there and how best can you use them. That's what you need to know. So let's join back in next 10 minutes. and just sitting here and doing something different. So it's required to learn HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, JavaScript, jQuery. And AngularJS is an additional thing, then we will also be learning it. Anyway, we will be also teaching you AngularJS. Now today we are starting the JavaScript. So I don't know how, I cannot find, but okay, you need to practice along with me. You please understand it. Please practice along with me. So, so there are so many examples are there and exercises are there. You are supposed to finish it. You are supposed to learn it. So, the JavaScript is a language, is a programming language. JavaScript is not Java. Both are totally different. Okay, the word may be matching here and there, but it's not totally, they are totally different languages. JavaScript is a scripting language. It's purely, JavaScript is a purely, what do we call it as, a interpreter language. It's a scripting language. It's not a compiler. And JavaScript can be executed using browsers normally. But there are JavaScript executors also there, but it's a different matter. But nowadays, JavaScript is available on server side also. Earlier it was not the case, but nowadays on the server side like Node.js, there is something called Node.js which supports server side JavaScript languages. So not only client side, server side scripting is also possible through JavaScript. Means if you really learn JavaScript very well, then there are a lot more opportunities in that field also. So okay, so there is an example here showing something, but I already talked about the JavaScript. It requires to have the tag called script, and you can embed the script within the script tags, or you can also source from another external JavaScript file, JS file. So you can do several things anyway. First of all, we can start different things here, and accordingly we will take you through. So can change HTML attributes. JavaScript can change HTML attributes. It's the first point you need to know. A JavaScript can change HTML attributes. I will tell you how to do it and all. And not only that, it can also change the content. It can also change the style. It can change the style also. You try each of them. So it can change the content. It can change the attribute. It can change the style. You try each of them. For example, you can try this one. So what is this here actually? There is a paragraph called demo. There is a paragraph called with ID demo. Am I right? So let us start doing similar such thing here. Let's not follow the internal editor. But let me show you the things one after the other. JavaScript examples. Now the script tag can be placed wherever it is, it's a different matter, but let me try one after the other. First of all, you need to use JavaScript actions or anything. The body must be filled first. There must be something in the body to do something. or we can also do some. Okay, let's do something here. Paragraph with ID is equal to demo, and I'm a paragraph. My content may get replaced by clicking the button below. Let me add a button here. On click. On click, I want to execute JavaScript action, whatever it is. Document dot get element by ID. Document is an object. There is a method called element by get element by ID. What is the ID that I want to get? It is a demo. The ID name is demo. Dot inner HTML is equals to backslash double quote. I'm escaping the double quote there. Replace the content. Backslash double quote. Okay. Backslash double quote. Backslash double quote. Okay. Okay, something backslash double quote. Okay, otherwise we will do it differently otherwise. Okay, this is one way of doing it, otherwise we can also do it. But I am trying to show you something here. So let me just, I'm just trying to put a small JavaScript, and directly I'm putting the JavaScript actions here. So document.get element by ID, the demo, and inner HTML I am replacing with the replacer content. Let me check it first of all. Yeah, button name, okay, button value I did not keep. Okay, button, click me. Click me. It's not working. Why? Because inspect element. Let us check the element. Otherwise, we can also do something different. What do we do now? Let's keep single quote. That may be better. It is not going to be a problem at all. Let's keep a single quote instead of a double quote there. You can put double quotes within the single quotes. On the click button, no? Button on click. That's not actually capturing the event. Why? Because on click. It must be doing its job. Otherwise, what do we do now? Okay, otherwise, okay, do we need to put it in a form? Need not be, basically need not put it, but however, we can also put it. What is happening? Okay, let's check document dot get element by ID called demo dot inner HTML. L capital, that's a problem. Yeah. I'm a paragraph and I'm replace the content, but it's not keeping that content there. Why? The content is being replaced, but okay. The content is being replaced, but you see that there is a replacer content showing, but it's not keeping that content there. Replacer content, but it's getting refresh. Why it's getting refresh? Document type. Inner HTML. Demo inner HTML. Replace the content. Replace the content. Otherwise, you can also keep a hyperlink also. A hyperlink also we can keep. Yeah. Let us check it. Now replace your content. We are seeing it. And I modified it as a link. So that our content got replaced. Whenever I click here, I replaced the content with a JavaScript action. So what did I do? It's a simple thing. Let me split it into multiple parts first. I'm getting the object. How am I getting the object? Document.getElement by ID. What is the ID? This is the ID demo. So based on this demo ID, I'm getting the object first of all. And object, there is a property called inner HTML. So I'm replacing the property value with some other value. Inner HTML is going to replace this whole part. Inside the P and feed, whatever it is going to be there, it's going to get replaced. Okay, let me also show you the same thing here. First of all, document dot get element by ID. You also practice with me. Demo. So you get the element. What is the element? Element, say element E is equal to document.getElement by ID, E. Now what are you getting here? This is the whole element you are getting in E. Am I right? Now you want to change the E content, E dot inner HTML is equal to new content. That got changed here, new content got changed. Now what is E here? E. Check the E value. The P is not replaced. Please understand, the paragraph is not replaced. Only the content inside is got replaced. Now let me change the E again. E dot inner HTML is equal to, let me put H1. New heading. What will happen? Does it that H1 will be shown there, or does it going to render H1 tag? The output will be showing H1 new heading, H1. Is it going to be shown, or H1 the heading 1 will only be shown? Check it and let me know. Is it going to render the heading 1 or H1 the same whatever was the way that it was written? Is it going to show it? Let me know. Here I am just trying it out with the console first of all, to make you understand different concepts of JavaScript first of all. What is the output? First of all, define. How do you do? First of all, define a paragraph in your document. How are you doing this? You cannot do it directly in a blank file. First of all, you write a document like this. Put a paragraph. Need not put the link. Okay, you need not put this link. You will be understanding. Put one paragraph like this inside your body of the document. You prepare that file first. Don't worry about this part. So you prepare a file like this. So some paragraph content. Some paragraph content. All of you practice this. Now, what was the output? Does anybody try that? ఏం చూపిస్తుంది మరి H1 చూపించట్లేదు H1 చూపించదు. So it is going to render the output. Okay, have you done this till this part? Everybody prepare a small file like this. Prepare an image, img source is equal to some small image. ఎక్కడ ఉంది మనకి ఇమేజెస్ ఎక్కడ ఉన్నాయి? ఇమేజెస్ కావాలి. ఏదో ఇమేజ్ వెబ్ నుంచి డౌన్లోడ్ చేద్దాం. ఇది ఇమేజ్ ఉంది కదా, ఇమేజెస్ సేవ్ చేద్దాం. సేవ్ ఇమేజ్ యాజ్ Bootstrap. Image China. Chania. China కాదు, Chania. Save. Flowers సేవ్ చేద్దాం బెటర్. Image flowers. Okay. Let me put also image. What is that image file name? ఇక్కడ బూట్స్ట్రాప్ లోపల సేవ్ అయినాయి. ఇంకా ఈ బూట్స్ట్రాప్ బయటికి రానివ్వండి. So that is img_flower2.jpg. You also put it img_flower2.jpg. Save. Okay, a paragraph ఉంది కాబట్టి అది కూడా చెప్తాను. So let me show you different things. So img id is equal to img1 image1. I am also putting an id image1, right? img1. ఇలా రెండు ప్రిపేర్ చేయండి. You put an image and you put a demo id. So now let me go back to the browser. Try to render it. Render your content like this, right? This is my content. So what am I doing? The first thing, what is the thing? So the inspect element చూస్తే దీని ID కనబడుతుంది మీకు కావాలంటే. So what is the ID that I have given to this one? What is the ID? That is the ID is called demo, right? So I am getting the demo object, right? Okay. So right, my paragraph P is equal to document dot get element by ID. What is the ID? ID name is demo. Let's open here the para1. Let's change it as para1. Para1. I'm changing it as para1. Now what is the ID now? It is para1. It has got. Let me try to get para2. Document.get element by para2. Unda? Null. Right? So let me get the para1. P. What is P now? What is P? P is an object. P is an object. P dot inner HTML. Inner HTML. P లోపల ఏముందో చూపించు. I'm trying to get it. Some paragraph content. I'm getting the value. I want to set the value now. P dot inner HTML is equal to my new content. Got changed up in the previous thing. Change అయిపోయింది కదా ఇక్కడ. ఇక్కడ చేంజ్ చేస్తే ఇక్కడ చేంజ్ అయిపోతుంది. కన్సోల్ నుంచి చేంజ్ చేస్తే డాక్యుమెంట్ లో చేంజ్ అవుతుంది. జావాస్క్రిప్ట్ తో చేంజ్ చేస్తే యూ కెన్ చేంజ్ ద కంటెంట్ ఆల్సో. జావాస్క్రిప్ట్ కెన్ చేంజ్ ద కంటెంట్ ఆఫ్ ది డాక్యుమెంట్. డాక్యుమెంట్ కంటెంటే కాదు, యూ కెన్ ఈవెన్ నాట్ ఓన్లీ జస్ట్ కంటెంట్. యూ లెట్ మీ షో యూ ద నెక్స్ట్ పార్ట్. P dot inner HTML is equal to some heading 1. So new heading 1. మొత్తం అంతా డబుల్ కోట్ లో పెడుతున్నా. ప్లీజ్ అండర్స్టాండ్. అక్కడ H1 అని పడదు. It will render the content. It will render the content. Whatever the content that you are producing afresh, it will automatically dynamically rendered. It's getting rendered dynamically from the browser. Though the actual content is not the actually what you are seeing now. మీరు చూసే content, it might not be the same content that is sourced from the server or some other place. So you can even dynamically add the content to this browser or change the content, modify the content, anything. Okay? Now, next one. Now you can also do something. I want to make it as a link. I can also make it as like P dot inner HTML is equal to anchor tag href is equal to http apssdc.org APSSDC. Single quote, double quotes, be careful. Double quotes లోపల single quotes పెట్టొచ్చు, single quotes లోపల double quotes పెట్టొచ్చు. So you must be. నేను ఇక్కడ ఏదో ఎన్క్లోజ్ చేయాలి కాబట్టి సింగిల్ కోట్ వాడాను. ఎందుకు డబుల్ కోట్ తో మొత్తం ఉందని ఐఎమ్ ఎన్క్లోజింగ్ ఇట్. సో ఐ యూజ్ ఇట్ సింగిల్ కోట్స్ ఇన్ ఫ్రంట్ ఆఫ్ after href is equal to and also closing the same thing. Now it is going to be a link. Right? So you can change the content, but you can also change the text also. No, I don't want to change the content. I only want to change the text. So P dot text, P dot inner text, inner text. You can change the text, not the content. You can change the text. Inner text can whole thing can be changed. How are you? Right? Now what is P? P is a paragraph or not? Check it. Yeah, it's there. Okay, the same thing. Right? The inner text can also be changed. The same thing, you are changing the inner text. I will tell you that what it is later anyway. So you can change the content. Next one, you can change the attributes. What is called the attribute? There is an image here. I want to reduce the size of the image. There is an image here and I want to reduce the size of the image. How can I do that? Same way, some image img is equal to or I is equal to some x is equal to document dot get element by id. What is the id for image? What was the id for image? What was id empty image ki? img1. ఎవరు తిండి రాలేదేమో మార్నింగ్ కదా, నేనే తినొచ్చినట్టున్నా. dot I want to change its width. Okay, first of all, let me get that image. Now x dot width is equal to, I want to reduce the width, say 200 pixels. I'm sorry, 200. So the size got reduced. Chiన్న image అయిపోయింది గా. And I want to increase the width. X dot width is equal to 800. So you can dynamically change the content, size and all. Right? X dot height is equal to 40. Right? So x dot height is equal to 200. Whatever the size. So you can change attributes. I'm changing the attribute. అసలు x dot source మార్చేయాలి నేను. X dot src is equal to img underscore chania. Am I right? Chania.jpg. I'm changing the chania one na chania na. Oh, chania. Correct. Image ne మార్చేస్తున్నాను. You can change the image also. I changed the image source. It dynamically can change the images in the web page. Just change the source, keep on changing the source. That's it. The image will keep on changing there. In the same place, the image gets changed. So that's how we can change the image source. X.src is equal to I am changing the source. Right? So that's how we can always happily work on with images. మళ్ళీ దీన్ని రిఫ్రెష్ చేస్తే ఏమొస్తుంది చెప్పండి, యాక్చువల్ కంటెంట్ వచ్చేస్తుంది మళ్ళీ. And all other work that I have done is gone. కదా కమాండ్స్ అన్ని ఇక్కడే ఉంటాయి అప్ యారో కొడితే. You can always see that all those commands here. Now I want to change the style. Find paragraph ఉంది కదా, I want to change the style of the paragraph. So p is equal to document dot get element by id. What is the paragraph id? Para 1. P dot style dot color. Let me change the color to red. This font color has been changed. Then style has got changed. Now I want to change the style. Style dot font size. Font size say 50. Something font size single down. Style font there's something. Okay, let us check it. We can get it. Style dot font size font weight. Oh, S capital font size 50. Did not get it. 50 pixels అని చెప్పాలా? Yeah. Double quotes 50 pixels. P dot style dot font size. Font style can also be changed. Font family can also be changed. Or even you can put some indentation. Margin can also be changed. P dot style dot margin left. Say 30 pixels. So you can change the styles from the using the JavaScript. You can keep on changing the things, okay? So you can also do a for loop for I is equal to 0, and you can keep writing those values there. You can keep writing those values there. Or you keep on increasing the size for I loop. For I is equals to 10, I is less than or equal to 100, I plus plus, I plus is equal to set 10. Every 10 size point increase cheyalఅనుకున్నాను. So p dot style dot font size is equal to double quotes, okay, otherwise I plus px. That's what I am willing to add and assign it to that value. Font size I am trying to increase. And కొంచెం స్లోగా చేయాలి. Sleep. Wait a sleep on this. I could not understand, but let me check it. We need to sleep, timer sleep. You can call back a sleep function anyway, that's the point. Window dot set interval. Set interval. For everything, my timer. It's trying to show. So set interval, it's a function. Set interval. Set interval is a function. So set interval can do that. Set interval. Let us check it. Set interval. Set timeout. Why? Because it's showing. Okay. It's not okay. Some kind of thing. Okay. Anyway, sleep is not a function, but don't worry. So let's remove that sleep part, and you can keep on increasing. It will keep on increasing. Okay. Quickly done the job actually. Gradual. I tried to show an animation kind of thing. A gradual increase of the font. It can also be done, but somehow it's an intro. Alert hello. Yeah, function, set timeout function, so on and so forth, and every 1 second you are trying to do. Yeah, otherwise you can do that. So set timeout. So click button. So the page will alert hello. So wait 3 seconds. Click button and wait 3 seconds and so on and so forth. This is what you can do. So you can do it. You can do it here. So you want to apply the style here. So what do you? I want to put a timeout there. I want to put a timeout there. So what I'm doing here is not alerting, but everything is getting increased after a certain amount of time. So for every 1 second, it keep on increasing. What is happening there? I did not understand it. 13. P.style 1 second. Set timeout. Okay, after so on, it's an asynchronous symbol. Set interval. Set. Let me check. Other one. Set interval. Instead, we can also keep it sleep. There must be a kind of sleep function. Yeah, while current data milliseconds are what you need to do. Do some stuff, set timeout, continue execution, and nothing. Continue execution for 1 second. So set timeout. So that's the thing. Yeah. Let us try this. I don't know whether it works out or not. Something it is trying to do. It's not working accordingly. So one is answer. This is the problem. Okay, so whatever it is, I will explain about this timeout later, but don't worry. But this is how we can always try something, dynamically changing the content, anything. All these loop constructs are supported. Just a minute. Sirish, Gandhi. Gandhi? So it can be done. Next, so you practice it first of all with me. So you can change the content. You can change the content. You can change the attributes. You can change the styles. That's what we have done. And you can also do some validations. So that's what you can always do, some kind of validations. Now, this latest one supports the range aspects also. Anyway, that's what you already know it, and we will also coming back to that again. So JavaScript supports a dynamic content, presentation, produce, and everything. So where do you put script? Where do you put script? We actually tried in the console, but I want to do it in the document itself. So then you also know about it anyway. The script can be kept in a basically head. What do you write in head? All the functions, not the executed. You need to only define the functions in the head part. Don't write the calling. So you can only call them in the body part. So first of all, you need to define those things in the head part. Then only things can be done. For example, so script, function, say demo, now you can do something here, right? What do I want to do? I want to get the object. So object O is equal to document dot get element by ID, say para1. I am getting an object. So obtain an object using its ID. Using its ID. That's what we are obtaining an object. We are obtaining an object. Okay? So, and I want to say alert here. So, or otherwise, whatever it is. So I want to change the object. Change its content. O dot inner HTML is equal to changed content. Changed content. Now, if I execute this HTML, does it execute the program? So, if I execute this program, what does it happen? Some paragraph content, but new one did not come. Why? ఎందుకు రాలేదు? ఇక్కడ చేంజ్ కంటెంట్ అని రావాలి కదా, స్క్రిప్ట్ రాసాం కదా. Because it's a function, it's not yet been called. మరి ఇప్పుడు నేను ఇక్కడ నుంచి కాల్ చేయొచ్చా? ఇక్కడికి వెళ్ళి డెమో అని కాల్ చేయొచ్చా? ఇక్కడ డెమో అని కాల్ చేయొచ్చా? డౌట్. చేసి చూడొచ్చు కదా. చేయొచ్చు అనే వాళ్ళు ఎవరు? చేసి చూసిన వాళ్ళు ఎంతమంది? చేయొచ్చా? రాలేదా? వచ్చిందా? రాలేదు. కానీ నాకు వస్తుంది అనుకుంటున్నాను. ఎక్కడ చిన్న తప్పు చేసి ఉంటారు. అందరికి ఏం చేయాలి? కన్సోల్లో ఎర్రర్స్ ఏమైనా ఉన్నాయేమో చూడండి. డిమోని కాల్ చేస్తే ఏమైనా ఎర్రర్ వచ్చింది అనుకోండి, ఓకే, అన్డిఫైన్డ్ అండ్ వేరియేషన్, బట్ ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అయింది కదా చేంజ్ కంటెంట్ అని. డెమోని కాల్ చేస్తాను కదా. ఇప్పుడు ఈ ఇమేజ్ మీద క్లిక్ చేస్తే ఇక్కడ కంటెంట్ చేంజ్ అవ్వాలి. ఇమేజ్ మీద క్లిక్ చేస్తే ఇక్కడ కంటెంట్ చేంజ్ అవ్వాలి. ఎలా? ఇమేజ్ని బటన్లో పెట్టేయమంటారు. సరే, అలా చేయొచ్చు. కొంచెం మెథడ్, ఇంకో సింపుల్ మెథడ్ ఇంకోటి ఏముంది మనకి? ఇమేజ్కి ఇటువంటి ఓకే, యాంకర్ ట్యాగ్ పడేయండి. యాంకర్ ట్యాగ్ తీసుకెళ్ళి ఇటువంటి ఇమేజ్కి ఇటువంటి ఇమేజ్ తీసుకెళ్ళి యాంకర్ ట్యాగ్ లో పడేయండి. ఎక్కడ క్లిక్ చేసిన ఇమేజ్ మీద ఈ కార్నర్ లో క్లిక్ చేసినా కూడా మారిపోద్ది. సో మీ ఇష్టం, మీరు ఎక్కడైనా క్లిక్ చేసుకోండి. సో దట్స్ హౌ డిమో అనేది మనం ఫంక్షన్ కాల్ చేస్తున్నాం. ఇప్పుడు ఇంకొక పని చేద్దాం, వచ్చేందుకు తప్పు చేద్దాం, ఏం జరుగుతుందో. వాళ్ళు డిమో ఎందుకు? నేను ఇలా ఆబ్జెక్ట్ తెచ్చేసుకుని డైరెక్ట్ ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ చేసేయచ్చు కదా, చేయొచ్చు కదా. అలాగా చేయాలనుకున్న పని అదే. ఎలాగానో ఏదో కంటెంట్ పెట్టాను, అది మారిపోయి రావాలి. మారిపోయి వస్తుందో రాదా? ఇప్పుడు నేను కాల్ చేయడం సంగతి పక్క పెడదాం. డైరెక్ట్ స్క్రిప్ట్ లోనే నేను రాసేసాను, ఎలిమెంట్ ఐడి తెచ్చే దాని లోపల కంటెంట్ మార్చే. ఏమొస్తుంది అవుట్పుట్? వాట్ అవుట్పుట్ విల్ ఐ బి గెటింగ్? సమ్ పారాగ్రాఫ్ కంటెంట్ అని వస్తుందా, చేంజ్ కంటెంట్ అని వస్తుందా? ఎంతమంది చేంజ్ కంటెంట్ వస్తారు, ఇంక్లూడింగ్ మీ? ఎవరు కలవరు నాతో? ఎంతమంది సమ్ పారాగ్రాఫ్ కంటెంట్ వస్తుంది అంటారు? 3. ట్రై చేయండి, ట్రై చేసి తెలుస్తుంది కదా మీకు. మీరు ట్రై చేశానో చెప్పండి ఆన్సర్, నో ప్రాబ్లం. ఏంటి చేంజ్ అయిందా? నేను ఫాస్ట్గా టైప్ చేసేస్తున్నాను మీకన్నా ఏంటి? వీళ్ళు ఎంతమంది టైపింగ్ వచ్చు? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. చూడకుండా టైప్ చేసేస్తారా మీరందరూ? కీబోర్డ్ చూడకుండా. ఎంతమంది లోయర్ అయిపోయింది? 1 2 3 4 5. వెయిట్, నాకు లోయర్ అవ్వలేదు కానీ నేను టైప్ చేయగలను. ఎంతమందికి తెలుగు టైపింగ్ వచ్చు? తెలుగు టైపింగ్ ఎవరు పని నేర్చుకున్నారు? కీబోర్డ్. తెలుగు టైప్ రైటర్స్ ఉంటాయి కదా, అలాగే తెలుగు టైప్ రైటర్లో ఎలా చేస్తామో అలాగే చేయాలి. ఇక్కడ రాదు కదా. గూగుల్ ఇన్పుట్ టూల్స్ ఉన్నాయి. ఉన్నాయిలే, అవి కాదు. అవేంటి, అవి బేసిక్ ఓకే, కానీ మళ్ళీ అక్కడ రామ అంటే రమా వస్తుంది, రామా కూడా వస్తుంది. అప్పర్ కేసు, లోవర్ కేసు అన్ని. అంత ఇష్యూ ఎందుకు? రామ అంటే రామాయే, రామ అంటే రామ కావక్కర్లేదు కదా. మళ్ళీ ఆప్షన్ సెలెక్ట్ చేసుకోవాలి కదా నువ్వు. రెండు ఒకేటే కదా స్పెల్లింగ్, వేరేనా? లేదా RAAMA అని కొట్టాలా ఏమో మరి. అంతక్కల తెలుగు కీబోర్డ్ వస్తే వచ్చేస్తుంది ఈజీగా. ఇంగ్లీష్ కీబోర్డ్ వచ్చినట్టే తెలుగు కీబోర్డ్ వచ్చేస్తుంది. మా స్కూల్లో ప్రతి 2వ తరగతి నుంచి అందరికీ తెలుగు కీబోర్డ్ వచ్చేస్తుంది. తెలుగు, ఇంగ్లీష్, హిందీ 3 లాంగ్వేజ్లో టైప్ చేస్తాం. మాకు స్కూల్ ఉంది, ఈ స్కూల్ కూడా మాదే ఒక రకంగా. సో ధ్యానేత స్కూల్ అన్నమాట. ఈ స్కూల్ కాదు కానీ ఇక్కడేమో ఇక్కడ నుంచి ఒక 80 kilometers చెప్పాను కదా. వేర్ డు ఐ స్టే? ద ప్లేస్ వేర్ డు ఐ లివ్ ఈజ్ ఎ స్కూల్, ఈజ్ ఎ క్యాంపస్. సో ఐ లివ్ దేర్. My family, my kids, so we all live there. So they do excellent programming and they can develop excellent games, educational games. My kids and mother. So my 5th class, she is very good doing so. It's just a habit of course. We do not teach any programming language specifically. We teach something like visual learning, visual programming, or visual learning, like that what you have done in the one what we call it as App Inventor. This is not a programming, it's a kind of visual programming. That's what we actually ask them to learn. So anyway, what is, I did not get the answer till so far. What is the answer for this? Change అయిందా? ఎర్రర్ వచ్చింది. ఎంతమందికి ఎర్రర్ వచ్చింది? ఏమన్నా ఎర్రర్ వచ్చింది? ఎర్రర్ ఏమొచ్చింది చెప్పండి. ఎందుకు ఉంది కదా ఆబ్జెక్ట్ లేదండి, ఎందుకంటుంది? ఆబ్జెక్ట్ లేకుండా ఉందని ఎందుకంటుంది? లేదా నిజంగా ఆబ్జెక్ట్ లేదా? ఆబ్జెక్ట్ ఉండి కూడా లేదని అంటాం, మరి అది తప్పు కదా, కంప్యూటర్ తప్పు కదా. ఇప్పుడు నిజంగా ఆబ్జెక్ట్ ఉందా లేదా ఐడి తోటి? మరి అంతకుముందు ఫంక్షన్లో పెడితే మాట్లాడే హ్యాపీగా వర్క్ చేసింది కదా. ఇప్పుడేం మామూలు బయట పెడితే మాత్రం స్కోల్డింగ్ అస్. ఏంటి డెమోలో పెడితే వర్కింగ్ కదా, అప్పుడు ఆబ్జెక్ట్ లేదని తిడుతుందా? చెక్ చేయండి, అనుమానం ఉంటే Ctrl+Z కొట్టండి, సేవ్ చేయండి, మళ్ళీ రికాల్ చేయండి. ఇప్పుడేం తిట్టట్లే కదా, ఇట్స్ వర్కింగ్ ఫైన్. బట్ ఎప్పుడైతే నేను ఇది తీసేసానో, ఈ రెండు తీసేసి నేను రీలోడ్ చేస్తే మాత్రం వెంటనే పెడుతుంది కెనాట్ సెట్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్ నాట్ ఫౌండ్ ఏదో చెప్తుంది ఇక్కడ. anonymous function or something, whatever it is, some cannot set property or ఏదో చెప్తుంది ఇక్కడ. ఏంటి ఇది? కరెక్ట్ అని ఇది కాదు కదా, ఇదేనా మనం రాసింది? అంతే కదా. null object, so it could not get some object. ఒకరు ఒక ఆన్సర్ వస్తుందేమో. లే అన్కాట్ ఎర్రర్. నాకు ఎందుకు ఎర్రర్ వస్తుంది? ఎందుకు వస్తుందో రాస్తుంది మొత్తానికి. somehow or other I'm getting some bad error. ఎందుకు? వాట్ ఈస్ ద డిఫరెన్స్? ఎవరైనా అనాలిసిస్ ఇస్తారా? వై కొంతమందికి డాక్యుమెంట్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్ నాట్ ఫౌండ్ వచ్చింది కదా, ఉండి లేదంటాం చాలా పొరపాటు కదా. ఇట్స్ ఎ బ్యాడ్ థింగ్ యాక్చువల్లీ. కంప్యూటర్స్ ఆర్ నాట్, వీ కెనాట్ బిలీవ్ కంప్యూటర్స్, ఐ యామ్ రైట్? 0.1 plus 0.32 is something, some different value, and object is there, it's telling that it's not there. So can we trust it or not? That's the question now. Now if you analyze the things, so what did I tell you? HTML is an interpreter language. or JavaScript is also an interpreter language. Now what is happening here? You observe the document once again. Now the first HTML head is going to render. By the time head is going to be rendered, is the object ready? Is the object ready? By the time head is going to be completed, first head will be completed, then only body will be completed. First, by the time head is going to do some job, is the body is ready with the content? No. Since these are not yet explored till so far, by the time it is going to execute this first statement, this statement execute ayyappadiki idi inka avaledu. Okay, you may be getting it out. What do you do? ఇది స్క్రిప్ట్ బాడీ మొత్తం తెచ్చి ఈ బాడీ లోపల తర్వాత పెట్టండి, దీని తర్వాత పెట్టండి, ఏ తర్వాత, దెన్ యూ చెక్ ద రిజల్ట్. మీకు అనుమానం ఉంది కదా, ఆ రెండు లోడ్ అయిన తర్వాత స్క్రిప్ట్ రన్ చేయండి. పైన స్క్రిప్ట్ ని తీసుకొచ్చి కింద బాడీలో పెట్టాను, ఆ రెండు ఆబ్జెక్ట్లు అయిన తర్వాత పెట్టాను. ఇప్పుడు చెక్ చేయండి, అయిపోద్ది కదా. మరి మనం ఏమి చెప్పలే కదా, యాక్షన్ చెప్పలే కదా, పని చేసామని చెప్పాం కదా, మనం ఏం కండిషన్ చెప్పలా. మరి ఇంతకు ముందుకి ఇప్పుడు డిఫరెన్స్, వాట్ ఇస్ ద డిఫరెన్స్ ఫ్రమ్ ప్రీవియస్ టు నౌ? డిఫరెన్స్ ఏంటి? స్క్రిప్ట్ ఎప్పుడు డైరెక్ట్ గా హెడ్ లో కాల్ చేయకూడదు, ఫంక్షన్స్ మాత్రమే రాయాలి. హెడ్ లో కాల్ చేసే స్క్రిప్ట్ డైరెక్ట్ గా ఎగ్జిక్యూటబుల్ థింగ్స్ ఏమీ పెట్టద్దు హెడ్ లో. ఆర్ యు గెటింగ్ మై పాయింట్? సో ది స్క్రిప్ట్ ఈస్ గెటింగ్ ఎగ్జిక్యూటెడ్ డైరెక్ట్లీ వితౌట్ ఎనీ కన్స్ట్రైంట్. హెడ్ లో అలా రాయకూడదు, బాడీలో అన్ని అయిపోయిన తర్వాత ఎండ్ లో రాయొచ్చు. అండర్స్టాండ్ ద డిఫరెన్స్? You get my point? How many of you could not understand the point? Why this is behaving in two different aspects? When I am keeping the script in the head and when I am keeping the script at the end of the body, not even in the beginning of the body. Not even in the beginning of the body, at the end of the body, towards the end of the body. Don't keep in the beginning of the body. బిగినింగ్ ఆఫ్ ది బాడీలో పెట్టినా అదే ప్రాబ్లం వస్తుంది, చెక్ చేయండి. సేమ్ మూవ్ చేయండి, పైకి కావాలండి, బాడీ బిగినింగ్ ఆఫ్ ది బాడీలో పెట్టినా కూడా అదే ప్రాబ్లం వస్తుంది. ట్రై ఇట్ అవుట్, యూ విల్ బి అండర్స్టాండింగ్. బాడీ లోపల తీసుకొచ్చి పెట్టా. నౌ ట్రై టు రీలోడ్ ఇట్. Same error will be generated, no difference. But if I keep it at the end of the body, then things is doing. No error, no red mark. So you need to understand this basic. Whenever you are willing to catch an object, by the time you are trying to catch an object, but that object is not at all present in the document, then you cannot use it. So you need to wait till the whole body get loaded to do something. So that's why we kept the whole aspect of something into a function to do. And after everything is loaded, then we are calling that function. That's what we are actually doing the job. So even you can also define the function in the end of the body, also no issue. But function ikkada rase tappu vastunda, body end lo rasina kuda no issue function. Click cheste work chest. Got it? So it is very important to know how to write a function in the most of the things in JavaScript are functions. You need to confine your job or your work into your functions, multiple functions, right? We are getting closer and closer to the time. So far we have got a practice of JavaScript up to some extent. Now let us try to do something. Okay, so let us follow the guide. So head or body, JavaScript in. Okay, basically functions అన్ని కూడా head లో రాయాలి, గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి. ఓకే, ఫంక్షన్ డిపెండెన్సీస్ ఉంటాయి అవన్నీ, కాబట్టి ఫంక్షన్స్ అన్ని బేసిక్ head లో పెట్టడం కరెక్ట్. ఆ ఫంక్షన్ బాడీలో మీరు కాల్ చేసుకోవచ్చు. You can call that function in the body. So that's what you can always write. Don't try to do something. ఇప్పుడు ఈ ఫంక్షన్ తీసేసి ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ చేస్తే అవ్వదు. Please be careful. In the body also you can write the script. It will also do the job, no issue at all. But basic ga ఏదైనా anything all predefined or any good functions, keep it to the head. Anything that is required at the end of the body, keep it at the end. You can also source an external JavaScript file. ఇప్పుడు ఇది మొత్తం నేను బయట తీసి JavaScript లో పెట్టాలి. సేమ్ ఫంక్షన్ నేను బయట రాస్తా. The whole function I want to keep it outside. Control X, file new. దీంట్లో స్క్రిప్ట్ అని పెట్టకూడదు. జస్ట్ లైక్ స్టైల్ ఎలా పెట్టామో సేమ్ వే JavaScript కూడా should not keep any script tags in the JS file. Now file save. myjs.js or myscript.js. myscript.js in 12th May. Save. Now this is a JavaScript file. Now you can source it. The same JavaScript file here is src is equal to myscript.js. You can source it either any place. Basically all sources have to be done in the beginning itself. ఇలా రాయాలి. నార్మల్లీ ఇన్ సింగిల్ లైన్ లో రాస్తాం. ఇది ఇటువంటివన్నీ సింగిల్ లైన్ లో రాస్తాం. Script source is equal to myscript.js. Now it will do the same job. అది బయట తీసుకొచ్చి పెట్టేసాము. Now you can reload it, click it, it will be doing the same job. You can page source చూడొచ్చు. View page source. Script external గా వస్తుంది. ఇది కంటెంట్. I'm just asking demo ఫంక్షన్ ఎక్కడ ఉంది? ఈ ఫైల్లో ఉంది. ఈ ఫైల్ కావాలంటే క్లిక్ చేసి ఈ ఫైల్ కనపడుతుంది మీకు. ఆ ఫైల్లో కంటెంట్ ఏముందని రావట్లేదండి, మీకు రావాలి. This is what the JavaScript file is inside. This is the right button go to open a new one. So right button go to open a new tab. That is the JavaScript file. So you can see the JavaScript file. ఇక్కడ కూడా చూడొచ్చు మీరు. ఇక్కడ రిసోర్సెస్ లో చూస్తే JavaScript లో స్క్రిప్ట్స్ లో ఇది స్క్రిప్ట్ myscript.js file. ఇక్కడ కూడా you can see the JavaScript file. Resources లో you can go through this and you can go through to the scripts and you can see all the scripts there. అంటే మీ పేజ్లో ఏవేవి JavaScript వాడుతున్నారో ఇక్కడ కనపడిపోతాయి. అలాగే ఇమేజెస్ ఏం వాడుతున్నారో ఇక్కడ కనపడతాయి. ఇమేజ్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ కూడా ఇక్కడ వచ్చేస్తుంది. Okay, so we're getting closer to the time. Okay, external linking also you got to know. Have you done that? Alert anna window.alert anna same. Document.write. Then already we tried that. Okay, you practice small things. We will be actually taking to you much more bigger things in future. So it will do that job. Object tarvate script rayali. Gurtupeట్టుకోండి. Object ఉన్న తర్వాతే object load అయిన తర్వాతే script execute అవుద్ది. By any chance ఇది ముందు పెట్టి object తర్వాత పెడితే it will not do the job. మీకు paragraph object అయిన తర్వాతే they are trying to do something on the same paragraph thing. Demo id demo పెట్టి they are trying to do something. Already talked about console.log last time. If you want to log it to the console, you can write it. So that it will be keep debug purposes. For the purpose of debugging and all, you can see that. So variables. A variable can be defined by the name. Just like in other languages, every variable must have a small one of the letter, starting letter. And after that, anything can be there, number and all, anything that can be there. So you can define a variable like this. For example, a is equal to 10, b is equal to 20, a plus b. Okay, var and chappakala. Var and ko chappochu. Var c is equal to 20. Var d is equal to 30, c plus d 50. Varan chappochu, varan kuda chappakapochu. Mana ishtam adi, it's up to us whether you use var or not. ఎందుకు var అన్న తర్వాత చెప్తా మీకు. So script statements. You can write all statements, all operators, all operations, arithmetic, logical, and comparison. Everything is working almost. You can always get it, and all literals, 10.5, all numbers, and double key strings. They are directly supported, and expressions. Okay, variable x is equal to 6. You can also write it like that, or you can also write like this, or 5 plus 6 into 10, whatever it is. Everything, whatever that you know already with regard to one programming language is all applicable here. So comments, / commenting. Comments are double slash or slash star slash. They all work. Is a case sensitive, that you know. Last name is not the same as last name. N capital undi, N small undi. Both are not same. Both variables are not same. Most of the things are camel case. So you can write a statement. This is an equality statement. So some value is being set by this value, some property value, or whatever it is. You can write multiple statements in a single program, because already we have seen that. Semicolons are not important. Semicolons are not important. That's why you can see in some of the part of my program, I did not keep the semicolons for this one, but still it is getting executed. If you want to keep multiple statements in the single line, then put them in a semicolon separated. Put a semicolon petna petapena work chestadu. Java la kaadu, C la kaadu. white space even difference ఉండదు. Either you keep a white space before and after equal, there is no issue at all. Both are same. Good practice. You can also break exam in multiple lines. మీకు ఒకే లైన్ లో ఈ స్టేట్మెంట్ ఎండ్ చేయాలని లేదు. యూ కెన్ ఆల్సో స్పాన్ ఇట్ అక్రాస్ మల్టిపుల్ లైన్స్. దానికి ఏమి సెపరేట్ ఏమి వాడక్కల. యూ కెన్ ఆల్సో స్పాన్ ఇట్ అక్రాస్ మల్టిపుల్ లైన్స్. That also you can try it here. So is equal to ఈ కంటెంట్ నెక్స్ట్ లైన్ లో రాస్తున్నా. o.innerHTML is equal to something. It's working. ఏం అదే లైన్ లో ఉండాలని లేదు కంటెంట్. సో ఆ స్టేట్మెంట్ ఎండ్ అయిన వరకు కూడా ఇట్ విల్ కన్సిడర్ ఇట్. ఇలా మల్టిపుల్ లైన్ లో పెట్టినప్పుడు బెటర్ టు బ్రేక్ విత్ సెమికోలన్ the end of the statement. That's always good. It's a good habit. Keywords: break, continue, debugger, do while, for, function, if else, return, switch, try catch, var. Basically avi keywords. Not many keywords, but most of the important keywords, what are all required, they are there. Comments also we got to know. There are single line comments and block comments, both are supported. So prevent execution and all. Variables, already we talked about it. A variable can change its type dynamically. So for example, ఇక్కడ మీకు చూపిస్తాను. Say x is equal to 10, y is equal to 20, x is equal to x plus y 30, x is equal to ఇప్పుడు ఎవరికి ఏంటి x in type, x is an integer. Now x is equal to 10.2, x plus y. So x can change. X ఇప్పుడు వరకు ఏంటి number. X is equal to ABCD, x plus y, ABCD 20. X can change. X is equal to a string. I want to get an object. I can get an object. Anything is possible. So you can dynamically change from any type to any type. There is no restriction at all on a variable type. And integer లాగే వాడాలని లేదు చివరి వరకు. You can change it, right? Much like algebra. Identifiers చెప్పాను కదా, లెటర్స్ తో స్టార్ట్ అవ్వాలి, మీ ఇష్టం తర్వాత ఇంకేమైనా. కొన్ని స్పెషల్ క్యారెక్టర్స్ ఆర్ నాట్ అలౌడ్, ప్లస్ అటువంటి అలౌ చేయదు. అండర్స్కోర్ ఓకే. ఈక్వాలిటీ గురించి కూడా I told about you. So string concatenation, plus operator can be used for addition of numbers or also concatenation of strings. So there are few exercises, it's for you. Okay, so operators, all these operators of addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, modulus, increment, decrement. Basically, they are the operators. And other one is this is a kind of operator supported. Plus equal to, minus equal to, star equal to, slash equal to, percent equal to. And comparison operators. Double equal to, triple equal to. I already told about it. And not double equal to, not equal to. And not equal to and value not equal emo check chesti. Antavaraku not double and object kuda same kaademo check chesti. Greater than, less than, greater than or equal, less than or equal. Arithmetic you already know. Okay, I need not talk about it. Like the same BODMAS rules. BODMAS rules are applicable. Brackets, expression grouping cheyochu, increment, decrement cheyochu, precedence. It is the highest precedence. Next increment, decrement, next star slash percent are equally precedented. Plus minus are equally precedented. Left to right. Java assignment, akkada kuda exercises unnai. Assignment operations, you know that. So A is equal to B is equal to C is equal to 10. You can do that. Data types, no fixed data type. You can change the data type to anything. But just by giving the value itself, the data type is defined. A value set chesta a data type appadiki. So if you keep the data type is 16 assign chesi, it will be an integer number. And if you assign a string, it is considered to be a string, but no fixed data type. If you assign an array, it will be an array. If you assign an object, it will be going to be an object. So no fixed dynamic types. That's what I am talking about. No worry at all. JavaScript supports arrays. So an array can be defined like this. So A is equal to an array. A is equal to array of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A dot length. 5 elements unnai. A of 3, 4. A of 0, 1. Right? So A is also another array, or B is another array of strings. Ram, Jesus, Allah. So B is an array, B dot length. 3 elements unnai. B of 0, Ram. B of 2, Allah. B of 5, and top. Undefined. So you can always assign an array. Directly you can use arrays. Otherwise you can also define A is equal to an array, and you can add the elements to the array also. So array push to so many things are there. We will be learning them. And objects. So object, the last part. By this I will close the session with it. Objects. Objects. So O is an object. Curly brace begin. Name. Ramesh. Height. Say 182. O is an object now. O dot name. Ramesh. O dot height. 182. So O is an object. You can create an object, right? So that's how you can always make objects. No class, nothing. Classes are not there here. You can directly make an object of your own thing, whatever the way that you want to. You can change the value, object value also. O dot height is equal to say 180. Now O dot height 180. O dot name from it. So object values also can be changed. Object, you can also add methods. You can also add methods to the object also. We will talk about tomorrow. We will talk about that part. But there are exercises for you, and the tasks are already given. You can also do that. So you can also try all these things. That's it. Right. See you tomorrow. To practice the things that are told, small things, but they matter.